Hi, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Lisa, and we're Wildly Unbothered. You may be wondering why we're starting this episode just straight on in as Wildly Unbothered. It's because we want to explain why and how we came to be wildly unbothered.
And when we talk wildly unbothered, it's really want to reinforce the unbothered side of things and what that looks like for us and why we value that. So, what do you feel it looks like or means to you?
There has been so many spaces in our lives that we have had to comply. We've had to fit ourselves into spaces that we don't really fit,
Mhm.
that we've become shapes that we aren't naturally, and we've had to chop off parts of ourselves in order to be in those spaces. And I think that both of us got to the place where we are that is wildly unbothered because we have been in those spaces and we know what it feels like, and we want more freedom and more alignment.
Alongside of that, I feel like with the chopping off and kind of being forced to comply or fit into things was a lot of people pleasing. So, with the people pleasing, both personal and within our circles, is the expectation of certain milestones or certain behaviors or certain responses to things. And where we are kind of meant to connect, and there's going to be some similarities, there was a lot of things that I either didn't want or didn't agree with. And that kind of led us to our deeper conversations of, well, what does matter? And how, in a world of comparison and expectation, how do you find your peace and being unbothered in a very bothered and chaotic society?
And in a way that we're not just giving up on all the things that matter to us, because we have these strong beliefs and we have strong core values that we work out of all the time. So we're not giving up on those.
Mhm. And not
So
going to the extreme of the other side of just being like, oh, we could do whatever. We're just wildly unbothered. Like, no, it actually is very specific. It's very intentional when we say wildly unbothered or being able to embrace that feeling.
it's a freeing feeling.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Mhm.
What helps you be wildly unbothered? Like what helps you lean into the space of peace around who you are or how you show up in your days?
Being wildly unbothered is such an intentional space because you're then protecting your energy to have it when you need it.
Mhm.
So it's choosing my spaces of literally where I choose my physical self to be, but who I spend my time with, how I engage into spaces, what I'm even paying attention to. So choosing to filter out a lot of other things.
Mhm. Yeah, don't engage in the stuff that bothers you. And there's a lot that's unavoidable, and
Mm.
your response to it is going to add to the layer of how it's affecting you. But what I get asked a lot too is how do you stop caring while caring? How do you stop caring about what other people think? How do you stop caring about the judgment of, I'm working towards this goal and people don't understand or people don't believe me? And it's
Mm.
really about, for me at least, what I can feel proud about. And do I feel comfortable? And, can I shine light on who I was and how I acted that day? So even if people don't understand, or if people feel differently, or if people have different expectations for me, can I look at my day and say, you know what? I did my best, that I am proud of my behavior, how I treated other people. So, regardless of that outside influence, do I feel that I'm being authentic? Do I feel proud of my behavior? Do I feel like I'm on track? And if I do, then I'm good. I don't have to worry about other people's thoughts and opinions because it's none of my business.
Mm. As we grow older, so out of our childlike self, that we become aware of all those around us, that we start layering on all these shoulds. Should be doing this, should be this person, should be like blah blah blah, should like, and we lose our spontaneity and our childlike self and our unbothered self. I mean, watch children; they live wildly unbothered. in so many ways, in the joyousness. And so of unlayering some of those shoulds of who should we be and how should we be behaving is the wildly unbothered, like
Great.
true nature.
I love that you said that too, because I always tell my people, don't shit on yourself. Don't shit on yourself. And I give them the toddler like fake hand spank because I'm spanking my own hand. But truly, because should layers guilt, should layers deficit. And we just don't need to add any of that extra pressure to it. So either we want to or we don't. We make time or we don't. And not to say that the don't has to be a negative, but the should. Do you want to? Like, okay, you should, but do you want to? Is this something that aligns? Is this something that benefits you? Is this something that you actually want to do? Versus the should. And so that's how we came up with Wildly Unbothered. We were throwing around our thoughts around intention for a business and how to pull our authentic selves in and, what matters to us to share with others. And this was a really big part of it, is teaching me intentionality and how to love your authentic self to also be wildly unbothered.
Living out of our authentic selves is who I can live with at the end of the day, in my own integrity.
Absolutely.
That I'm being true to my core values, who I am, my ethics, all those things, and knowing that I showed up fully in my best capacity. And doing that and that flowing through me, I feel like that vulnerability, that kind of level allows those then around me to also do that, which is the beauty, because then my people start drawing in and I end up having this wildly unbothered crowd that gets to join in. So that's how we came to be Wildly Unbothered. We're so glad you're here. And until next time, stay wildly unbothered.